Hello, family. We are just about to turn 11 years old as an organization. We were registered on the 16th of December 2011, and that was the last day that government offices were operating. On the 17th of December, they would close for holidays and reopen on the 5th of January. So we were the last people to be served by the Attorney General chambers in Nairobi. And the following 11 years have been phenomenal, as you know. But all the good things that have happened in Rise Up Society are not without regrets and failure and bad decisions being made. And being in the forefront of Rise Up Society, I have been behind every failure and, of course, every success that we ever recorded. One amazing thing is that we have received a lot of criticisms. In fact, I don't know any other organization that has been criticized the way Rise Up has been criticized. When you open Google and you check my name, you will see pages and pages of information that is quite negative. An amazing thing about this fact is that the people who criticized Rise Up Society, somehow strange things happened to them. All those videos you find there, the people who made those videos died. They all died. In fact, I have learned of the death of yet another one of the strongest opponents of Rise Up Society just died 2 days ago. And I don't know what to say. I don't know how to react. And I honestly don't know how I feel inside of my heart. But the only thing I can gather is that God has chosen to use human beings who are not perfect. And it is by divine choice. It is Him who chooses to use people. And sometimes when God has chosen to use the vessel that He qualifies, maybe as human beings, we should just shut up our mouths, maybe. I was reading the Bible and I found a woman called Abigail, and she's a very wise woman who meets David coming to destroy her and everything. And she falls down and says something very significant to David. She says, "My husband Nabal is a stupid man and a miser. He cannot give. We know him. He's a wicked man. But David, his life is not in your hands. The life of this man who is not perfect is in the hands of God. So please just spare his life. And when the will of God has been done, remember me." A very intelligent woman who is not celebrated as she's supposed to be celebrated. In fact, I think Abigail is one of the unsung heroines in the Bible. All we know is that this man actually was killed. 10 days later, God came and killed her husband, Nabal. And after he died, David came and took her to be his second wife. And we only hear about the second born of David being the son of Abigail. So the lives of people is in the hands of God. And God removes people that he wants to remove, I believe. It's in the Bible. And so I think that perhaps when people go fighting when they don't know, it seems as though God comes down and maybe rains his vengeance, his wrath against them. I don't know. Again, I have no idea. And I don't know whether to rejoice, because honestly, it's not nice when people go speaking things that are not true about somebody they don't know. And it's particularly infuriating and frustrating to note that some of these people who have spoken very bad things, and there was nothing they did on their part, nothing to correct the mess, nothing to bless anybody. They never organized anything to replace this less than perfect organization called Rise Up Society. They never raised a more credible person who could fight for the justice of the disenfranchised, who would stand in the gap and plead the cause for the widow, the orphan, the jihad victims, children who have dropped out of school, people with diseases that have tormented them for years. Nobody was willing to come down and fight for these people. And I think that is where they failed the test. I think maybe that is where they angered the Lord. Because you don't just fight. You fight and provide a solution. But just fighting alone doesn't really move God. It doesn't correct any mess. So as I mourn the passing of one of my biggest haters, I have mixed feelings. And I dare say that the will of God be done. I dare say that I am given to this work, and my life is in the hands of the Lord. When my time comes to pass on, of course I'll go home. And I can't wait for that time when I'll meet these people who have been so ruthless, so violent in their attack. And I'll ask them a simple question. What did I really do to warrant all the fight, all the malice, all the backstabbing? What did I do to you that made you call me all the names you called me? I'm not in any way trying to say that I'm perfect, because I'm not. I am a human being, and I have so many things that are not good in me. And without the grace of God, I cannot stand one more day. But really, who qualifies to judge me? It is not you. And I cannot judge myself. There is a righteous judge in heaven, and he is full of justice. Justice rests in his wings, and he divides between good and evil, because he understands the heart more than anything else. So I just want to sound a warning to us who are quick to judge, to tell us that let us be careful, and more than ever, let us give our lives under service to others. Let us spend our time loving, because every time you love, you bless yourself. The more you give out love, the more you bless your life. The more you give out love, the more you love yourself. The more you you become relevant. The more you love, the more you are elevated. The more you love, the more you become eternal. The more you love, the more you become immortal. The more you love, the more you become godly. The more you love, the more you live out of this world. The more you love, the more you are at peace with yourself. The more you love, the more you are kind to your own soul. So let us continue doing it. In fact, loving is one of the most selfish things you can ever do. When you love, that is being selfish, because you love on you. While you think you're doing it to another, you are actually doing it to yourself. So it is 11 minutes. I just want to